pro-peace. Bring the peace. Whatever you want to call it, this way they feel that fellowship. One of the things we did when we moved on to Chosen networks, we kept the greeting, peace Aki and peace chosen. Because the first thing you hear out my mouth when you see me is peace. And you already know, this brother knows something, but at the same time, the word itself has power and peace. You might have been amped up, and all of a sudden, somebody say peace, and you're like, oh, peace, brother. This is what we taught so that way we can bring that self-empowerment to brothers. This is the heart of what I learned of 25 years of learning from the successes and failures of the people that came before me. And this is just the heart of it. But understanding that the jealousy, the envy, the hate, the cheating on your wife, the quitting a good job, all of this comes from the ego, all comes from the dark side. And unless we teach them to tap into their spirit, the higher self, the compelling of what they really want to do, it's going to be the same thing for generations. So this is why I said I felt chills when I saw the power in here, generations, and most of y'all older than me, because this is what we hope for. We hope that we can get generations involved. But at the same time, I'm still one of the old ones now. So we got to figure out how to reach the young ones. And one of the ways I do it, because we learn hip-hop culture directly from the pioneers, is by being a musician, being a producer, putting my knowledge and information to poetry, to lessons that they can move, they can dance to, inspirational field of music. And I mix it with the oldies, and I sample the oldies so that way I can put it in there. That's just my way of doing it. I realize that everybody has their own spiritual gifts that we try to teach them to connect with. That same yearning that you have to express yourself as, let's say, an angry rapper, an Eminem type rapper, is it compelling to express yourself. But that same potential can be turned around and turned into a KRS type rapper. They have the same lyrical skill, Eminem and KRS, but they flipped it, one from the ego, one from the spirit. But if we can start to teach our generation that difference, they can start to tap into the higher side more often. If we start to do more pro-peace gathering events where they can shine and find out what they want to do, what we did with Chosen, it started with hip-hop. But I mean, I guess y'all can pass this around. I don't got a lot of copies, but we started realizing the more we talk to them about how hip-hop was born and it succeeded and it came from its roots, that's how you got to approach everything. We wanted to express ourselves, so we found a way to express ourselves. They took the music programs out, so we took the turntables, we took the instrumentals. We figured out a way to do it, but as long as we can teach them there's a way to do it. It started with hip-hop, and we started with, oh, you got a skill for cooking, sister? Well, shit, you're going to have to cater the next event and sell those patelillos. And she made $560 at the next event that she wouldn't have made if we didn't encourage that and teach her what she had in her talent and her skills. People started placing orders. Next thing you know, her and her mom opened a catering business. They had that in the whole time. So one of the things we taught was you are your own business. What is the skills in Manuel Okendo Incorporated? What can you offer? When you shopping for a job, it's not just you asking for handouts, it's you offering your services. This is what I can do. This is what I know how to do. And I would like to see if I like to do it for your company. So when I go on an interview, I'm not getting interviewed, I'm interviewing them. I want to know if their company is worthy of my services and my time. Can I walk through the offices and see what it feels like in here? Because I want to feel if people are stressed or frustrated or angry or if they feel good when they come to work. Since 24 years old, I've been doing this because this is that knowledge of self and self-empowerment that I was blessed with by studying, again, from successes and failures from people that came before me. So I say all that to sum it up as an introduction to who I am because I was inspired by y'all and people like y'all to become who I am and pass this knowledge on. But again, I learned from the successes and failures, and here's what I see as potential for great power, and everybody got their own thing that's all slightly different that we can all support and encourage and possibly duplicate, but it needs to be focused on a way that we can actually reach the kids that we're trying to reach, doing an event where they actually want to come to instead of going out on the corner and smoking and doing whatever the hell they're doing. And two, actually giving something that's actually going to point them in the right direction, not just something that's good for Thursday night at 8 o'clock, but then the other 30 days of the month, they got to go back to the hood and the regular stuff. We need to give them something, whether it's books or information or CDs or DVDs that they can listen to, that they can read, that they can study. Like everything I take, and I've learned and I've shared with you, I've learned from reading DVDs and studying documentaries and videos and everything. But when I do my presentations, I say, check this book, like The Secret, The Laws of Attraction. So you can learn what I learned and put it together in your own understanding. Maybe Bob Proctor, that 72-year-old white man, ain't going to reach this generation. So I'm going to listen to what he got to say and then break it down in a way that they can understand it. But it's not any less true because a white man said it. Truth is truth, and it's universal. It's, again, another one of the lessons we teach called universal truth. There's things that are true. It don't matter what religion you are, what race you are, what planet you come from. Universal truth is universal truth. And that's what we focus on. So Kings Stop Killing Kings, pro-peace rallies, pro-peace dinners, all of these things are coming from the same source, from spirit, from the highest part of self. We all have this yearning, this desire to do